Only those who have been there a million times in their heads, lived in that water, and endured a million times, understand that their legs, knees, and bones may shatter, causing pain and misery. Accept that when faced with a difficult issue, it's important to make a quick choice. When confronted with a difficult circumstance, your mind often tells you to leave. In a split second, you may have a plethora of inquiries, followed by the query, why are you here? Why are you doing this? Why is this happening? Why that? If you don't want to be there, remind yourself that you have a gorgeous wife at home. Why am I doing this, man? Seriously, this is ridiculous. These individuals will face long-term consequences for their injuries. I will not break my body to do this. Your thinking begins to say, this is stupid. If you are aware that this will occur, you will have solutions to the questions that arise during times of suffering. I've always been interested in tales about overcoming hardship. Growing up, I was captivated by films like Rocky and Platoon that depicted individuals confronting and overcoming severe hardships. However, there was one occasion that really changed my thinking. 2 minutes and 13 seconds of a Rocky film. I remember it well. One day, I visited a friend's home. He possessed 2 VCRs and recorded a variety of movies. Rocky was on that day, especially during the epic 14th round of Rocky First. Rocky was knocked down, and his corner yelled for him to remain down. Despite everyone's warnings, he was pummeled as they became more intense. Rocky staggered to his feet. Apollo Creed, the champion, turned around to celebrate, believing he had won. The expression on his face as he saw Rocky standing again, it was a combination of astonishment and defeat. This moment really impacted me. I was drawn to Apollo's response, which few others may have noticed. However, his look said volumes to me. He saw something in Rocky that I wanted for myself. This sequence, lasting about 2 minutes and 13 seconds, altered my perception of success. It was not about winning for me. It wasn't about perseverance. I want to exemplify the concept of never giving up, enduring despite setbacks, and standing strong in the face of adversity. I aim to cultivate a strong heart and tenacity. To do this, I recognize the need of embracing pain and always challenging myself. Inspired by Rocky, the goal wasn't to become a fighter or emulate him. Exactly. I want to develop the same resolve and strengths of character. I desire to be like Rocky, capable of overcoming life's challenges and perseverance. That experience fueled my desire for a strong feeling of pride. Success stems from tenacity and resilience in the face of adversity, not triumph. My journey started with a renewed purpose, to embrace a persistent attitude. I spent 99% of my life training alone. Nobody gave me a pat on the back. I completed all the job alone. Life is not fair at all, at all. So, what will you do about it? I knew no one would come back to aid me. It's unlikely that anybody will transform me into someone extraordinary. I was now totally responsible for all issues, even those involving my family members. I needed to create an impenetrable mental toolkit. As I sat on the sofa, I realized I am a piece of ikpi. My artificial reality aided me more than the outside world in getting here. You didn't have anybody anyhow, so how am I telling myself right now? That is me. That gets me fired up. That just makes me nuts. You didn't have anybody anyhow. Look about you. There were no in teams. That was you. There was no weight reduction program or encouraging words from parents. You can improve. Trying to instill belief. You created belief when you had nothing. Rock bottom. You did it. I've experienced several unpleasant days in my life. Growing up has brought several negative experiences. The only one present was David Goggins. God was present, but God said, hey, I will test you both today and tomorrow. I am going to test you again. I am going to leave you alone, guy. Pray as much as you wish. Pray, get on your knees, boy. Pray. I am still going to kick your ass. As I reflected on my travels, I began to wonder where my buddies were. They're not east anywhere. It was you. Decide who you really are. I had a starting point. Initially, the child was afraid, immature, and vulnerable. After identifying this vulnerable child, I realized that despite the difficulties, there is a positive outcome. A person with 430 pull-ups and a long-distance running habit. We all have the ability to run and perform pull-ups, but many of us struggle with fears and concerns that we don't want to confront. It's a terrifying place. We like to forget about our physical location. I finally found the confidence to reorganize my thoughts and choose where to begin. However, the path led to my current superhuman abilities. My daily regimen includes stretching before bedtime. I stretch for 2 to 3 hours every night without fail. While stretching, I reflect on my plans for the day ahead. I'm preparing for potential problems. Unfortunately, many of us are unprepared for life. We tend to wake up randomly hoping for the best. It will happen whether with a prepared or unprepared mentality. Many individuals approach life with an unprepared mindset. I strive to account for all possible outcomes, including the unknowns. While it's impossible to predict everything, it's important to be prepared for some life events. I know I won't want to work out tomorrow. I'm mentally prepared for it. I do not want to do it. I anticipate facing tough choices tomorrow. It might be a phone call informing you that someone has passed away. This occurred and that happened. I constantly prepare myself, not in a morbid manner, but to be ready for life. Don't let life constantly assault you. Create mental armor to prepare for life's challenges. I didn't have a bistic wake me up at 3 a.m. and tell me to get my yakdisi in. I had no trainer. I did not have a dietitian. Self-discipline was essential for survival, whether weak or strong. No one told him he weighed 297 pounds. I'm going to assist you. I am here to assist. Hey guy, you are not clever. I am going to assist you out. I have to work on all this. Bisdi. Self-discipline is essential for success, yet lacking it might hinder one's potential. It's not about discipline for me. The responsibility lies solely with you. It's all on you. The self is the most significant aspect. We need someone to keep individuals responsible. That does not mean that in this we rely heavily on others to help us through and tend to look to the right. We glance to the left for searching for assistance. Developing a strong sense of self may lead to greater responsibility. And it's not about selfishness. My focus is solely on improving myself. And that's where it all begins. Some have criticized my degree of enthusiasm. However, I disagree with the current attitudes that dominate American culture. Those who encourage us to go with the flow or learn how to achieve more with less effort. That's shortcut. I embrace my obsessions and strive to push beyond my perceived limitations to achieve greater physical and mental accomplishments in endurance races and life. And I feel the same holds true for you. The human body resembles a stock car. Although we may vary on the surface, we all possess immense potential that hinders our ability to attain our full potential. A car's governor regulates fuel and airflow to prevent overheating and restrict performance. This is a hardware problem. Disabling the governor might cause your automobile to reach speeds of above 130 mph. In humans, the process is more nuanced. Our governor is deeply connected to our identity. It understands what and who we love and dislike. It reads our whole life narrative and shapes our self-image and desired perception. The program provides individualized input, including pain, weariness, worry, and insecurity. This serves as a reminder to pause before taking unnecessary risks. However, it does not have ultimate control. Unlike a governor or an engine, we cannot stop ourselves until we believe its lies and quit. Unfortunately, most people stop up after putting in just around 40% of their utmost effort. Even when we believe we've hit our maximum, we still have 60% more to offer. Here's the governor in action. To overcome pain, it's important to let go of self-limiting beliefs and expand one's tolerance. You can reach 60%, 0%, and beyond without giving up. I call this the 40 rule. This powerful technique may open your mind to achieve peak performance in sports and life. Your benefits will go beyond monetary prosperity. The 40 rule applies to everything we do. Unfortunately, life seldom goes as planned. We all face challenges, whether at work, school, or in our personal relationships. It's natural to feel empty and want to abandon our commitments, goals, and happiness at times. We've just scratched the surface of our mental, emotional, and spiritual potential.